Good afternoon, guys. Today is a very special day because today we're building the greenhouse that's going to cover all the trees from here all the way down to the cherimoya, all the way around, and go up to that coffee. The bananas are not going to be in it. I just got a few updates to show you before we get started. So the cacao tree was dropping leaves like crazy and rotting up, so I got this greenhouse around it, and well, I kind of realized a little bit too late that it needs to be in temperatures higher than 55, and it was getting in the 40s. So before it died, I got this thing built, and it's incredibly hot in here. It's high 70s or even 80s. We got humidity going. I got some of the other seedlings in here, but not just this plant needs that. We also need to get it over all the young trees over here, and especially like the mango, the small logan, and the coffee. Those ones are the ones that especially need a greenhouse. Also, I tried to make a video of this. Didn't have enough storage to upload it though. But we got lettuce all over the place. Got tons over here. All types. We got bok choy, kale, arugula. There's chard and spinach over there. So we won't have to buy any lettuce probably for the entire winter. Probably up until summer. Because this stuff grows super fast and it's really healthy, and it grows really well in cold temperatures like in 60s and 50s during winter. We'll just give you a quick update. The sugar canes are starting to root. This one is growing well. The one over there is growing well. This one I don't think it's alive, but that's okay because it looks like one is coming up from our little planted cuttings over there. Everything else is doing okay. The papaya, I can't believe it's not dead yet. Our other papayas are doing really well. This thing, the air layer is not working. But we got 2 air layers that worked at Eli's house, an apple tree and a lemon tree. So we're going to go pick those up later. And yeah, 2 free trees we successfully cloned. So anyways, let's get started. Oh, passion fruit's on the roof. Just growing like crazy. I cannot believe it grew that fast. But the first thing we need to do is I got to clear out this land. The greenhouse that we bought is not the right size. It's a little bit too small, so we're gonna have to do, I don't know how, but we're gonna have to try and make it work. So I'm gonna have to clear out this stuff, and we're gonna have to take out the tarp. It looks kind of weird now, but that entire area is gonna be covered in greenhouse, hopefully. I'm opening this up to get some ventilation in here because it's getting so hot in here. It's like in the 80s. It's crazy. It's like you're in a different country. But since we don't have a ventilation system, we're gonna have to open them up on warm days so that new air can flow through and the plants can breathe. So apparently the greenhouse fits in this little box. And here's the cover. And we got a ton of metal. Wow, that looks like it's gonna be pretty strong. Wow. I don't think it has an instruction manual, so I'm gonna take some measurements because, like I said, this thing is not the right size. It's a 20 by 10, and we need a 23 by 12. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of, you know, makeshifting. So here is the very complicated instructions. It's like worse than IKEA furniture. And this thing is like a whole house basically. So we might not just be able to figure this out on our own. Also, there's like 100 pieces, and we got one liner there, and then a ton of screws and bungee cords to hold it down in here. So I'm gonna wait for my dad to get over, and we'll start working on the base. Okay, so this is how wide it's gonna be. Gigantic, but as you can see here, just not wide enough. we may need to cut off some of this coffee here, but like, look, it only goes to here. It needs to go around this papaya. And we can cut some of this out. There's 2 trees, we only need one of them. We could cut off an entire branch. Yeah, it's a little bit small, but this is gonna take forever to build, so I'm gonna take a break real quick. Alright, we got it done, and the frame's done. We stretched it a little bit, so it's, you know, we're missing 2 feet, but we were able to stretch it so that we could fit pretty much every tree we're gonna need to fit in here. So all we gotta do is put the tarp on, and then we should be good, and we're gonna go out and get some of the free trees. So you can see how close we're cutting it on the edge here. The cherimoya, we have to tie it up and kind of shape it so that it will grow the right way. And the papayas, I don't know what those are gonna do, but everything else fits pretty well. The mango fits. It's probably not gonna grow too much bigger in the time. So yeah, we're gonna put the top on now. So we're here the next day, and greenhouse has been heating up all day. It's working very well right now. I don't know if it's gonna trap the heat in for the entire night, but I will say it got up to like in the high 80s, probably 85 or something like that, just during the just in the few first hours of the day until probably about 1 o'clock. So I had to open it up and let some good air get in, because it was getting just too hot in there. Anyways, let's go take a look inside. So this thing heats up very quickly. In a few hours, the temperature will rise like crazy, and we're still gonna be working out a few things with temperature and ventilation. This is far from done, but you know, here you have it. We got a greenhouse in here. It's humid, it's hot. If I didn't open it up, it's late in the day right now. It's probably in the 60s outside. And if I didn't open it up, it would probably still be around 80 degrees in here. We'll check with a thermometer once I get back, get some, but it's probably 10 to 15, probably even 20 degrees warmer inside here than outside. So just gonna go over all the plants and where they're located. We got the small Logan right here. It doesn't have a lot of room to grow. Luckily it's growing out this way, but you can see it's missing all this room to grow that it should be going around here and growing in. But that's okay, because it's, you know, it's small, it's stopped growing. It's probably not going to grow too much during the winter. If it does, we'll let it fill up the space around here. The grape is coming back. We got some tomatoes right there, which we might actually get some tomatoes from because we're in a greenhouse. Papaya right here is getting crushed. The side one right here is getting crushed, but you know, it's still alive. This guy, he can only grow maybe a foot up, so I don't know what we're gonna do with this. We can actually cut through and make our own little section outward, but you know, that's really making it weak, but we may have to do that eventually. The cherimoya is also getting crushed because you know, we didn't know whether to put it in or out of the greenhouse, so it's like right in the middle. But this thing, it can, you know, it can adapt. Cherimoyas are very branchy, and you know, if we shape it the right way, we can shape it to grow into here. I think the best tree, the best position is the Logan back here, because you know, it's getting a little bit smushed, but it has a big room to branch out all the way out to here. It can grow up quite a few feet because it's far away from the fence. Got some aloe vera down there that doesn't know which side to be on. This is okay. The coffee's getting a little crushed, but it's, you know, we fit all the branches in. We didn't have to cut off anything, and all of these are just loaded with coffee berries, coffee cherries. They're just, it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have so much coffee in the middle of winter. Arabica coffee in the middle of winter. It's gonna be crazy. Down here, this papaya, we're gonna have to just take out, and I think I'm gonna put him in the front yard. I don't know why I planted him back here in the first place, but yeah. Jabuticaba, which is getting wrecked. I don't even know why. We're gonna have to figure that out. probably the chlorine in the water, but if it's still alive, it can fit and it can grow up, and it's a small tree, so it won't be doing too much growth anyways. The mango, the slow-growing mango, hopefully we'll get it back on its feet. It's got a foot to grow, so it should be okay. And last but not least, the coffee right here. It's probably in the perfect spot. It can grow up like 2 or 3 feet. It's got tons of shade, like 50 to 60% shade, and it's right in a warm greenhouse, high humidity in here. It's gonna be perfect. So we're gonna do some adjustments. The last things I'll do today, I'm probably gonna, well, I'll show you the outside. There's some areas down here that I'm gonna lay stones down so it keeps it pretty insulated. You can do it on this side too. This is the way we get to the other side. And then we'll probably get some kind of fan in here, a system that sprays mist down, and to keep it so that the heat comes off at night, I think I'm going to put a black tarp down here so it absorbs all of the heat, and then it will come off at night. Because during the day it gets super hot in here, but I don't know how good it is at trapping it. Oh, also, we're gonna have tons of stuff in pots like this. Jackfruits, we're getting 4 more of those. Pineapple, like I just brought this guy in because I want him to keep growing during the winter. Chico Sapote and our cherimoya right here. So we're probably gonna bring all the indoor stuff in here once I figure out what temperatures we can keep this place at. Anyways, this is awesome. It's like, I mean, right now it's not too hot since I let all the air out, but it's like we're in a tropical place. You can't even recognize the backyard. It's never looked like this through the whole backyard project series. Nowhere has it ever looked like this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.